Back at the wall.
It's off the tracks. It's Jhett. It's Rafe. We're back. Got an At the Warning Track pod for you today. All-Star game, or All-Star weekend edition, rather, although it really wasn't on a weekend.
No. That's kind of random.
Do you think All-Star game should like have its own weekend?
Yeah. Why
Like,
wouldn't it?
Like the Futures game, like there were MLB games happening on the day of the Futures game.
Terrible decision.
Bad idea. We're going to kind of go over some of the things that happened through All-Star weekend that we thought felt like it needed to be covered, and we're going to start out in the Futures game that took place on a random day where MLB games were taking place.
Yes.
Very poor job by the MLB.
Because I didn't watch it at all.
I didn't see a single thing from it besides Mason Wynn throwing 100 miles an hour across the diamond from shortstop. What a toss, by the way.
Yeah.
That was unreal.
It was. I saw it on Twitter. You know, we've seen the O'Neal Cruz throw. You know, he's throwing 98 across the diamond, which is fast, but you don't really see it. When Mason Wynn threw 100 to first base, you could see it on the screen.
You knew that
it was hopping.
You knew it came out of his hand pretty quick. They shot out of a cannon right out of his hand. If I'm the first baseman,
right? You
know what I'm saying? If I'm the first baseman, I don't want to play with that guy.
No.
I don't want to play with that guy.
That dude is taking steroids. He's sniffing, smelling salts before the game in the clubhouse, looking at the first baseman. It's coming to you!
Dude,
that's what he's doing.
Launched that. What's the point?
There is no point.
You know what? Honestly,
well,
it got him in the news.
Before the game, he did say he wanted to break the record, so he was trying to.
Yeah.
And he did it.
And it got him on Twitter. Everyone knows the name Mason Wynn now, so there you go. We need more guys like that. Yeah, I guess we need more guys like that. Moving into the Home Run Derby, you want to talk about branding. You want to talk about a guy that made a name for himself this weekend, not only in the Home Run Derby, but in the All-Star game as well. Julio Rodriguez, what a performance from him this weekend.
Yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere. Everybody's heard of J-Rod. Well, you know, as Seattle fans, definitely. Guys that are looking at top prospects, they know who J-Rod is. But this was kind of a welcome to the league, to the show for J-Rod in the Home Run Derby. Right,
a young guy, a rookie, getting put in the Home Run Derby, getting put in the All-Star game. It's a big weekend for a guy like that. You got to prove that you belong. I've always been a big Julio Rodriguez fan. I definitely pull for the Mariners to win baseball games. They're currently on a 14-game win streak going out of the break. Julio Rodriguez really proved this weekend that he belongs in the league. I really loved watching every single ounce of his performance top to bottom. He hit 32 home runs in the first round against Corey Seager. Corey Seager had a good round. I believe he hit 24 home runs.
Yeah.
That was a good round for Corey Seager. Luckily for Julio, he had a round of his life. I think he hit 30 the next round and ultimately lost in the championship. The youngest matchup we've ever seen in a home run derby, lost to Juan Soto. Talk about the youngest matchup. What about the oldest matchup that we could have seen? Albert Pujols did the unthinkable this past weekend.
Coming into the home run derby, I predicted he would hit no more home runs than what he has all of this season, which is, wait for it, a grand total of 5. He surprised me, I will say.
He surprised me too. I was watching it live on TikTok. If you're not following me there, @Jett Garrett on TikTok. We were watching it live and just stunned. Everyone was completely stunned. No one picked Albert Pujols to win, especially against the number 1 seeded Kyle Schwarber, Indiana graduate, letting the university down.
I don't know. That's. I mean, Schwarber. Did he feel bad for him?
I don't know. Everyone in my chat was saying that it was intentional, that Kyle Schwarber lost on purpose.
I mean, you know, you see all the players go over to Albert Pujols after his round was done. Everybody presuming that he's about to get washed out of this round by Schwarber, you know, paying their respects to the man. And then all of a sudden we have a tie, and Albert Pujols has to get back up.
Then he went crazy.
He gives his batting gloves to a kid because he thinks he's done. He's got to go get them back.
I mean, it was and then I really thought he had a chance to beat Juan Soto too.
Yep.
That was a close round. He was very close to going to the championship against Julio Rodriguez. And J-Rod really didn't have a great performance. So, I mean, anything was possible at that point. That was unreal. What else was unreal to me was how bad that Ronald Acuna Jr.'s pitcher was.
He was throwing curveballs.
I mean, what was I was cheering for Acuna to win it all. Acuna is my favorite player in the league. I was cheering for Ronald Acuna Jr. to win the doggone thing. He goes up against Pete Alonso. Don't worry, we're going to come after Polar Bear here in a moment. But his pitcher was terrible.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious what that conversation was like if there even was one. But before the game, I'm sure they were talking strategy, and Kenny's like, yeah, just throw it right down the middle. And he's like, got it. They're doing batting practice. It's just curveballs down and
I
away
was
all
so
day.
confused.
No, that's not what I want.
I was confused as to what was going on. He didn't say anything to the guy. If I were Acuna, I would have killed him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been happy.
I was unreal. I was ungodly. Killing people. I thought Pete Alonso was going to kill someone.
Let me tell you something. If Pete Alonso took the regular season as serious as he did the home run derby, he might be the greatest player ever.
The Mets wouldn't lose a game.
They would not.
The Mets would not lose a game because he'd go 4 for 4 with 4 tanks every single game. You count on it.
Dude is squatting before meditating, looking like he is.
I thought he looked like a crazy man.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
this was. And people were kind of saying like, oh well, he always donates it to charity and all that, but it was crazy because you could see Juan Soto's out talking, having a good time. They're all having a good time and talking, and then you cut to Pete Alonso, and he's just. I thought I didn't know what was going on.
That was Pete Alonso.
That was Pete.
Yeah.
I was confused. I was telling people, I was like, man, it's really not that deep. He
takes it serious.
He takes it serious. He was determined to be the greatest home run derby competitor in the history of the league. And I guess more power to him. Ultimately lost. Juan Soto takes it. Second youngest champion of all time. I love that.
I mean, J-Rod was the best home run hitter that night. Easy.
Everyone was cheering for J-Rod.
Easy. He was the best home run hitter. He had the most home runs. Should the derby change the format?
I think it should go back to 10 outs.
I like the time aspect.
I think that I don't mind the time aspect. I'm just saying if you want a legitimate winner instead of just watching people hit tanks for 3 minutes, which I'm fine with either way. I'm fine with watching Julio Rodriguez and those guys hit home runs for 3 minutes. I love that. But if you want it to be a legit derby and a legit winner, and a guy that hits 82 home runs doesn't lose to a guy that hit, 53 or something like that, then I say go back to 10 outs. But
my only problem with the timed aspect right now is technically the pitcher's not supposed to throw the next pitch till the ball lands.
Right.
They don't follow that very closely, though.
The umpire, there's an umpire.
Yeah, there's an umpire, and he'll point,
stuff.
but the pitchers don't usually pay attention to that. So I think just hit as many as you can. Don't even, just throw them.
Yeah.
Rapid fire. Just see how many you can hit. And then, take, the top 4, Don't
that would be interesting.
Don't do the bracket. That's how you can get rid of the thing.
I kind of like the bracket, though, honestly.
The bracket is fun. It adds a little to it. But
I'm surprised that the MLB hasn't ruined the Derby yet somehow.
True.
Honestly, the Derby is so much fun to watch. I really enjoy it. Everyone enjoys it. I just wish that they would capitalize on All-Star Weekend a little bit more. We'll get to that later. But I want to move into the All-Star Game, which took place last night. There were a few things that took place that I was really a fan of. First of all, Alex Manoah on the mound. I don't know if you caught it or not, but just talking trash to every hitter that stepped in the box. They had him mic'd up.
Right.
I want to mic the pitchers up more. That was awesome.
Pitchers, catchers, any players really. Umpires, mic them all up.
I think one of my favorite clips ever is when an umpire was mic'd up, and when Terry Collins from the Mets, he got ejected, and it was just this. Syndergaard got ejected, and there was just this big thing. I love that. Yeah. The fans want that. The fans want to watch TV. That. It's great television. I still go back to this day, and I watch that clip all the time. Mic these guys up more, man. I love it. I love the pitcher being mic'd up, listening to him going through his head of what he's thinking each and every single pitch. Yeah. I love that kind of thing personally.
Even if you don't have it live, like it was in the All-Star Game, because I know language can be thrown around and you might not want that on TV, but get more mic'd up, guys. Take us into those little conversations they might be having. That's fun. That's fun to watch.
I want to go on a sidebar real quick with things being mic'd, with people being mic'd up in any sport. I was watching a TikTok the other day talking about people getting mic'd up, and the Buffalo Bills commented on it, their TikTok page, and it was like, this is only a glimpse of what you get from people being mic'd up. I want to see an 18 and up channel.
Give us an uncut version.
And I want an uncut version of people being mic'd up. Yeah. I want to hear everything that people say to each other, because that is hilarious and that is great television. I want to watch that. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Of course, they might have to run it by the players because they may say some things they don't want.
Of course, but man,
internet.
I want to watch. I want to see that kind of thing because that is awesome to me. Something else that's awesome is Ryan Helsley just shoving 103 in the All-Star game like it's nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure that was fun to hit.
That was probably no. I would say that wasn't fun to hit at all.
No, it wasn't.
I would say that was not fun to hit
That
at
was
all.
sarcasm.
It was great to watch. Personally, I will say that was fantastic to watch. Is Helsley just painting 103? The announcers were loving it. The fans were loving it. It was great. The fans were loving. There was a lack of offense, I felt like. It was a real pitcher's duel. But when we got offense, we got Giancarlo Stanton literally putting a baby inside of a baseball. He absolutely destroyed that ball. He ripped the cover off of it. Well, not literally, but I'm surprised he didn't. My goodness.
Yeah. Stantonian power is a thing. You know, he might not be having the best year in the first half, but when he gets a hold of one, it's going a long way.
Oh, my gosh. The guy's huge.
Yeah.
The guy's huge. He's bound and determined to hit a ball 500 feet. You never know where it's going to go. You never know where his balls are going to go when he hits them. But there is one thing that you do know.
Of course.
Every year, the AL is going to win the All-Star game.
I don't even know why we keep playing this at this point. We might as well just have another home run derby on this day or something. You know. Although I was hoping for a tie.
I was hoping it would be tied going.
That would have been fun to watch.
That would have been a lot of fun. We were close to getting that too.
It was pretty close.
I don't know. It's crazy because the NL I feel like always wins the World Series. You look back at the Braves, the Dodgers, the Nationals. Yeah. I think the last team to do it, the Red Sox won it in 18. Yeah, the Astros won it in 17. 16 Cubs. Yeah, whatever. It's just crazy. The AL win. They've won 9 in a row.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's honestly unreal.
Is the NL just not try, you think?
Maybe. Do you think that maybe we should make it to where the All-Star game has more on the line? Like it used to be when you win, you get home field advantage for...
I think all All-Star games should have something on the line.
I kind of,
just to...
makes it more competitive.
Yeah.
We got the best baseball players in the world.
You want to see the best guys face each other and just see what happens.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should go back to where the winner gets home field advantage for the World Series. I'm kind of a fan of that.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting. What I'm not a fan of, the All-Star game in Los Angeles, not a fan of it at all.
Yeah, there was... I didn't really pay attention to the crowd much during the All-Star game. The home run derby, there was empty seats. It's just... I saw a good tweet. I don't remember who it was by, but it was like... I think it was one of the Reds beat writers. I can't remember his name. But he was talking about how All-Star games and All-Star weeks in big market cities is a bad thing because it's just another thing.
Yeah.
Like Los Angeles has big things.
They have things going on all the time in Los Angeles.
But in Cincinnati, it's a huge week-long event. That's what everybody wants to go to.
That's why I think Seattle next year will be very good because, Seattle obviously is a big city. There's things that go on in Seattle. But this is going to be big for them. Especially with Julio Rodriguez now. I mean, he's going to be back in the home run derby, coming to take the name. But you look at the games in Cincinnati, you look at the games in Minnesota, Kansas City.
Cleveland.
I think it was in San Diego recently, wasn't it? Maybe in 2016 or something.
I don't remember.
But they fill it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These small baseball towns, they fill the seats up. That's where the All-Star game should be held.
Yes.
I stand by that. I believe in that. I think the All-Star weekend was very fun though. Overall,
it was good,
nonetheless. I think there still should be a weekend dedicated to it, where there's no baseball. Like they should take. Look, there's no other sports going on right now at all. There's nothing going on. There's no reason that the MLB should not take advantage of that and just showcase this All-Star game.
Yeah, and the Futures game. Don't have it.
What about a Futures home run derby?
Yeah, and have the Futures game on a night on national television.
Yes.
Have the fans see these young guys that are coming up. Get them excited. Keep your fans around for years.
I agree.
Grow the game. It's simple stuff.
It's very simple stuff. The Futures game, there's so many guys there that I wanted to watch play. I didn't get to watch because it was at 3 a.m. on Peacock, but I'm just kidding. But that's hilarious. But I just think that the All-Star game, no baseball should be played. Have it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, All-Star game on Sunday night, and just work around that. That's what I believe.
Does anybody watch the celebrity softball game anymore?
No,
nobody watches.
I honestly forgot that even happened.
Nobody watches it anymore, and they tape it. It's not even live, so you can just look up what happens if you really want to.
That's crazy. That's unreal. But yeah, I thought that the All-Star game overall, I thought the All-Star weekend as a whole, I thought it was pretty entertaining. I'm very excited for Julio Rodriguez to be back in the Derby next year. That is going to be a lot of fun. Seattle will probably be a better place to have it, but going into the second half, it should be a lot of fun for baseball. Appreciate you guys watching. At the Warning Track Pod, Off the Tracks. Peace.